Hello everyone, Bandicoot Commando here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of PlayStation All-Stars. In the last episode, I did Zeus' story and pretty much beaten the game. The only thing is, I couldn't get my friends to do the multiplayer thing for versus match like I promised, so yeah, I'm just gonna go with my backup idea, which is to show off some of the additional stuff here. So I'm gonna show off the customizable stuff. So background, you can tell down there with the preview there of what your business card, I think they called it. So yeah, background. So by default, there's 21 pages with the DLC included. By default, you'll have these, this is your default background until you unlock more. These are from Resistance, which makes me think they wanted to add a Resistance character, or just acknowledging the fact that it was the very first PS3 game ever made. And then here's some of Kratos' stuff you can get for God of War, and you need to get to rank 300 with each character to get their final background. So here's Fat Princesses, Parappas, Twisted Metal with Sweet Tooth, Killzone, which with Radic, Sly stuff from Sly Cooper, and then we got some Uncharted here with Drake. Then Infamous with Good Cole, or I think both Coles count actually. Oh, that's neat. Okay. Then we got some Ratchet and Clank here. Then some Jak and Daxter. Some Ape Escape. Which, as you know, my current logo actually uses this background. Or, yeah. Then we got, okay, yeah, these are for Evil Cole, actually. And we got some with Toro, which I have, he's pretty much the only one, along with, well, no, he's not the only one, but yeah, he's one of the few characters where I do have, like, his background unlocked, final background. Here we are with Bioshock themed, Devil May Cry themed, which actually make more use of the original Devil May Cries and not a lot of DMC. Some Tekken, a lot of fire and electricity. Then some Heavenly Sword. Then some Metal Gear. Then some Little Big Planet. Medieval, in which, like Toro, Dan's the other character, along with Spike, where I have their final background. Gravity Rush, if you have Cat. Then some Starhawk, if you have Emmett. More God of War, if you got Zeus. And then Dead Space, if you have Isaac. And that's it. And now my PS3 is making a weird buzzing sound. Icons are just the same as backgrounds, only they're icons. So much like backgrounds, you'll have some Resistance themed icons, along with your default. In fact, for your default, there's nothing actually. So yeah, a lot of Resistance themed ones, and now we got some Kratos. A lot of these icons come from a lot of their games. And I don't have Kratos' final one. I don't have a lot of the characters' final ones, and now we're on Fat Princess. Parappas. Twisted Metal. Killzone. Sly Cooper. Uncharted. Infamous with Good Cole. Ratchet and Clank. Jak and Daxter. Ape Escape, which I have the final icon, obviously. Infamous with Evil Cole this time. And my PS2 is, or 3 is making me worried. Toro, which, like Ape Escape, I got all the icons. Bioshock, where it shows a lot of Bioshock Infinite themed ones. Trying to promote that Bioshock Infinite, except with Little Sister and Big Daddy here. Devil May Cry, a lot of DMC themed ones, but there are a few old ones, I think. Tekken. Okajin. Heavenly Sword. Metal Gear, and seriously, I hate Raiden's icons, because look at all of them! It's just him in various poses. No Snake, no Metal Gear, no other characters, no nothing. Little Big Planet. Okay, now my PS3 stopped making that sound. And Medieval, which I have all the icons for that, actually. I'm using this one. Gravity Rush, if you have Cat. Starhawk, if you have Emmett. Zeus, with God of War themed stuff, if you have Zeus. Throat's starting to get a little clunked up. And Dead Space, if you have Isaac. And that's it. Then there's a free-for-all title. You get these titles when you win tournament sessions with your belts, which I would go into better detail with, but it's kind of hard to explain really, and this is my current title, which I'll stick with for the rest of my time. A lot of these icons, a lot of these titles actually have some references to other PlayStation games, actually. Like, which one can I use as an example if I run into one? I know there's one that I can use that's a great reference if I can find it. Oh well, but I really can't find one. I'm looking, I'm probably passing some I could point out. But yeah, a lot of these titles do have like a reference to something from other PlayStation games. I just know there's like two in particular I want to point out though. If I run into them at least. And there are 35 of these, with team free-for-alls included. Yeah, a lot of these have ridiculous names. The Iron Maiden from Twisted Metal, of course. The bastard child, really? I never noticed that. I'd love to have that as a title. Even though I'm not a bastard, though. Oh, the Heartless! That's one I wanted to point out. Yeah, the Heartless. I'm pretty sure some of you know what that's a reference to. One more, though. One more I want to point out. The Dog of War. Forgot how goofy these names are. Yeah, you pretty much get the gist of this, and the last one you can get, which is right here, the Emperor of Terrors. That's probably one of the best titles you can ever have. Alright. And then your team title, if you do things with your friends to earn these titles. And there is one in here that I know I can point out. If I had the time, but yeah, these are just with your friends and everything, and I would go over all of them, but I really don't have the time. Team All-Stars, though, is the last one you can get. That's a great title. Thanks for playing. Good game. And then there's your minions. Half of these minions I have, well, as you can tell with the DLC stuff, I was a big fan of this game. These minions, by default, you don't have a minion, but when you use a character, once you get them to level 8, they'll unlock these minions. So we have Athena, Worker, PJ Barry, Dollface, a Hellius Soldier, Murray, Sully, Zeke, Cork, Kira, a Monkey, Nyx, Pia, Little Sister, Kat, Kuma, Kai, Sam, a Sackbot, Kyla, Raven, Sydney Cutter, Poseidon, and John Carver with the characters. Now these additional minions here, Curtis the Panda, Dr. Nefarious, and Tag, and the Chimera Hybrid, these were added in a patch. And you get these, as it says here, rank 80 with various different characters, which I have them. Then Spectre here, which all these minions are DLC-based minions. And yes, like I said, as a fan of this game, I got all the minions, even though I did get a chance to use them all, but there's one in particular that I stick with, which I'm pretty sure you know which one that is, ever since I used Kratos long ago, when I started this Let's Play, and Kuro, yeah, because Toro's my best. Mr. Grimm, and then Preacher, Chloe, Elena, Young Drake, and the Akkadian Soldier from Warhawk. And then there's characters.
Select your character.
You can customize your character when it comes to like their intro when they get into battle, or their victory screen, or anything. And who should I choose to demonstrate with? Well, I'll just make it quick and just go with Kat, since I was on her for the start. On her for the start. That doesn't sound right. I might want to think more carefully. Okay, so when you're on a customization screen, costume, you can switch the costumes just to see how they look. Some characters have a fourth one, as you know. Then you have their taunt. You can just take any of their taunts if you want. But I prefer this one because I like Dusty. And then you can change your intro, of course. You always get the first one by default, along with your default taunt. I can't speak. Gravity Days. That was actually supposed to be the name of Gravity Rush at first. Get back on here. And your outro. stick with that. Then your victory music, you got your generic, which you have by default, and well, this is what it sounds like, really. Then you have your other two victory themes for your character, which you unlock. So here's this one, for example. And the one I currently the one that I always use.
Select your character.
And then goals, it's just to show like goals so you can get like extra experience for one character and everything. Combat trials, I really don't know how to explain them, but just think of them like, what's the right word? Just stuff to practice and earn extra experience, pretty much. Options, store, to go to the PlayStation Store. Extras, character bios, which give every single information on the character. I'm not going to go over them, obviously, just show them at least. And, of course, the DLC characters get it as well, if you have them. Last but not least, or hold on, you have your user's license agreement, end user, I should say, but that doesn't matter. And last but not least, you have the credits. Hopefully the game won't crash again like last time. Thank you. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. Like, I really don't know what to say, but let me just get my thoughts about the game off as best as I can. So, first off, I love this game. I thought this game was great because it was something I've always wanted for years when I was growing up, when I was a kid. Because I had a lot of PlayStation heroes when I was growing up, like Crash, Spyro, Jack, Ratchet, you know, all those people, and I always thought to myself, you know, what would happen if they ever came together, and just what would happen from there, and especially with certain ones like Crash and Spyro, like like Naughty Dog and Insomniac, their little rivalry. I always wondered what happened if their characters ever came together, and of course, Crash Purple and Spyro Orange would solve that, and then you have PlayStation Move heroes with Jack, Ratchet, and Sly, and so on and so forth. But yeah, and then of course there's the factor that it's a crossover fighting game, and I really love those kind of crossovers. Crossovers just intrigue me so much, just the what if scenarios. And of course there were a lot of people thinking Sony was ripping off Nintendo with Smash Bros, but they gone on to say that although that yeah, they were sort of doing that, they were trying to make a game where it's like Smash Bros, but it's to those who cannot get Smash Bros. And yeah, like for the longest time I couldn't play a Smash Bros game because I never had a Nintendo console while growing up. I mean, I actually had a GameCube, but that was actually my brother's technically, so I'm glad that, you know, this was my solution. And of course, I will get Smash Bros on the 3DS since that's what I have. And yeah, still, I really do enjoy this game a lot. And then this game, all I can say is it had so much potential, yet so much potential. Like, where do I even begin? So, DLC, regarding DLC actually, there was supposed to be another batch of DLC after Zeus and Isaac, and those characters were presumably going to be Dart from The Legend of Dragoon, which was my last Let's Play if you remember, in Love and Memory of Don Barnes. Who's he? I'll have to figure out about that later. Anyway, Dart was going to be in this game, although when concept art of him popped up on the internet, however, Seth Killian claimed that it was only just concept art and they couldn't get anywhere with him, but his concept art looked like he was rendered, so it makes me think he was somewhere in the game before they decided to quit or something. But Dart was going to be the next character, along with Abe from Oddworld, which of course I've Let's Played in the past. And Blind Squirrel Games, that's a weird name. But yeah, those two would have been, the next few characters, and the stage would have been a Gravity Rush based stage, and it would have mashed up Gravity Rush with Journey. And the thing is, like for the Gravity Rush thing, the whole stage, you fought on like the side of a building, which, true to Gravity Rush, you can sort of climb on buildings and whatnot. That would have been cool to have, because they mentioned it long ago in a magazine, I think, if I recall. But it's not only that, the other potential they could have had if they kept going, because they quit because of how the low sells of Isaac and Zeus, and to be honest, I feel like Isaac doesn't really fit in a fighting game because, it's a fighting game. And Metal Gear franchise, Hideo Kojima, yes, he's got a brilliant mind for Kojima and Konami in general. Anyway, I don't want to get too distracted with these people, with these credits going by. BioShock, Irrational, Ken Levine, yeah. Anyway, I gotta focus. So other things. When concept art of the game Rise, there's a particular concept art, which I'll actually have in the description. It is about, regarding the select screen. They had characters on there, which I guess were probably going to be in the game, or they had thoughts of putting in the game. Like, characters they actually thought about putting in from the looks of it. Like, they were going to put in Dr. Nefarious from Ratchet and Clank, but of course, in the end, that was just regarded to a minion and a background stage hazard. They wanted to add... Let's see, who else they wanted to add. They wanted to add Buzz from the Buzz quiz player, which I don't even see how that would work in the first place. They wanted to add the other Fat Princess characters, like the Worker and the Warrior, and I think the Mage as well, if I recall. And Clutchy from Loco Roco. And I think they wanted to add Ares, too. And Chop Chop Master Onion from Parappa. And then the other thing is some other characters. They wanted to add in Blasto. And Blasto, for those who do not know, is a very obscure PlayStation 1 game that was made back in like 1998, I think. And that would have been really something if they added him, because again, he's really obscure. And then Resistance, actually, since it's popping up. They wanted to add a Chimera hybrid, which they should have. They wanted to add Ellen from the PS3 game Folklore, which that would have been something, even though I think Folklore was an okay game. Let's see, they also wanted to add in an Acadian soldier from Warhawk. Like, the thing is, when the game was still in its early stages, like Title Fight, as it was called, they had an actual render and model of an Acadian soldier, which makes me think he was in the game at some point before they removed him, or if they wanted to make him DLC instead. And then they also wanted to add in Rau, just Rau will do. Rau from the Mark of Kree, and in the end, the only representation the Mark of Kree gets is the axe. And they also wanted to add in a Pataton from Pataton, which, again, so many what-if scenarios, but in the end, they didn't go with it. And as for thoughts of a sequel, I hope a sequel will happen someday, because while I can't pronounce his name, but President right there, he said that regarding of a sequel, he just said, never say never, which gives me hope a sequel can be made, hopefully. But yeah, I hope this game gets a sequel and they can really change things and make it better than this. I mean, I like this game. This game's got an okay concept. I just like PlayStation characters coming together. Just be their own version of Smash Bros. To those who can't get it. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Oh, regarding multiplayer that I couldn't do. I'm sorry I couldn't do it. I wanted to, but I just couldn't get my friends together, really. So, in the end, I actually thought about fighting random online players, but I thought I'd be taking too much time. So, then there comes the fact that there was one more stage I wanted to show off, but I couldn't. But that is Alden's Tower from Infamous, and if I can sum it up as quickly as I can since I never showed it. You start off at the bottom, and as time goes on, you actually slowly have to climb up and ascend, and Pretty much like stowaways and evasion. If you get left behind or fall, you'll just be warped up and stunned. And when you reach the top, the Ray Spear from Infamous is up there, and you can get AP if you stay in there long enough. But it mashes up with Sly Cooper, and Carmelita in her helicopter would shoot at you. So yeah, sorry I couldn't show off that stage. You can only show that off in story mode if you're on the All-Star difficulty. In the end, I think that's all I have to say as far as I know. So, yeah, I'll just leave you to the credits, and if there's any favorite music that you like from this game, especially if I'm talking over it right now, I'll leave you to it. So I will talk to you guys again once the credits are over. Real quick, this is something that occurred to me actually, and give me one quick second. Okay. I don't want to interrupt even though I said that I'd be back. I should have said this regarding Polygon Man, but back on, regarding the game, like the what-if scenarios, here's something I should have said regarding the game's final boss. Like, before... Hang on, let me get this out of my face. There we go. Before Polygon Man was chosen, the ideas they had for the final boss originally. They originally, at one point, wanted to use the Helgen army, but to me, that wouldn't make no sense, because why would the Helgas want to try and do universal domination or whatever? Then they wanted to use Dr. Nefarious from Ratchet & Clank, which, I guess in a sense, that does make sense in a way, but still. And then they wanted to use Zeus from God of War, which, that would have made a lot of sense, but at the same time, it wouldn't. Because, you know, Greek mythology. But in the end, they came with Polygon Man, and they should have just went with that from the beginning anyway. Music intern. Finale from Nicholas, Patricia from Madon. Yeah, that music. And music from Bioshock. Gary Shad, Jason Graves. Yeah, I like the music from the people. Garrett Moreno, Jeff Rona, Nitin Salway, Erlen and Cameron, Amon Tobin, Jim Dooley, I don't know if I'm pronouncing these right. Josh Mansell, Joris Demai, yeah, he's a good one. Masaya Masuda, David Burgard, oh yeah, David Burgard's good. Boris Shangcho, yeah, he's good as well. Peter McConnell, yeah, he's pretty good as well. Greg Emerson for Uncharted, definitely a great one. Twisted Metal, no one I'm not familiar with, so I really got nothing left to say, and it's already at 30 minutes. I mean, I forgot how long these credits can be. I don't even know if we hit the downloadable content sound. I don't even know if we hit the voice actors yet. And I don't remember if you can skip these or not. And if you can, I really don't want to do that. I can just make fun of it. Oh, here we are, cast. Clancy Brown. Corey Burton. Charlene Cameron. Terrence T.C. Carson as Kratos. Max Casellia. David W. Collins, who does the game announcer and the Negativitron. Armstead yeah. Stefan Cornicard. Tara Darby. Maria Darling. Too fast. Greg DeSella. Jason Donovan. Quentin Flynn. Love that voice actor. And love that name. Stephen Fry. Great actor. Dread Fox. We love you as Parappa. J.S. Gilbert. You did Legend of Dragoon. Previous game. Mark. I can't pronounce that. Jennifer Hale. Always good actress. Kenya Hathaway. Sontina Henry. Heihachi's new actor. I recognize that voice. Tom Kane. David Kyle as Clank. Yep. And Josh Keaton. I know you're not good as Jack, but you do good. Sanye Kai. I can't pronounce that. Eric Ladden. You make a good Cole. Juliette Landau. Colin McFray. Richard yes, Sully. Kevin Miller. You're always good as Sly. Matt Prescott Morton. Chris Murphy as Murray. Nolan North. We love you, man. You're good as Drake. Matt Oslin. Kari Payton. You know, you make a good cyborg. Sean Pertwee. Tim Phillips. I love your Dante. Mark Silk. You do a lot of anime. Armin Sherman. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I love your Andrew Ryan. Jay Snyder. Dan Green, pretty much. Tara Strong. We love you. Ben Tadoka. James Arnold Taylor. We love you. Same to you, Jim Ward. Ryu Want to Be. We love you as well. And Gunnar Wright as Isaac. Wow, that was a mouthful. And I didn't realize we had the local Roco music playing. We're already at almost 33 minutes. And I don't want to leave you to the music, really, as even if you do have a favorite song in this game. But I'll be quiet so I can hear it myself. Well, yeah, actually, I don't know how far we are in these credits, but I got a feeling we're getting motion capture. Okay, how does a game like this need motion capture? That is something I don't... It's like when I played Legend of Dragoon, where it said motion capture. I'm like, motion capture? But yeah, I can understand it on, like, maybe Drake? Because, you know, Naughty Dog likes using motion capture these days, but still. But anyway, something I wanted to say real quick regarding, oh, my friends. So, Larry, or Shadow Matasso, since that's his YouTube name, sorry that we couldn't do this. I was looking forward to doing this, but I just couldn't get you guys together, sadly, and the same goes to you, Devante. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I tried to get you guys. And I don't even know if we were able to get a fourth player, but yeah, sadly, my idea of doing a multiplayer thing just couldn't come to be, sadly. I even had to download like a software to to get the Skype to work, but doesn't mean I'm gonna get rid of it. It'll come in handy in the future, I know that. don't want to talk over this Metal Gear music because I like it, but I hope these credits hurry up because I don't want to get it to 40 minutes, and more importantly, I'm actually getting pretty hungry. Engineering, something that Isaac's good at. Dreamscape from Little Big Planet. Fabrication, what does that mean? Like the fabric on a Sackboy, maybe? I don't know. Group support. How much longer is this gonna take? If I can't skip these, I'm tempted to skip them right now. Sony Computer Entertainment America Marketing, first party. PlayStation Home. I never used that. I mean, I used it a few times, but I honestly don't think it's worth it, really. Is that on PS4 by any chance? PlayStation got that. PlayStation.com team. Yay for PlayStation. Hooray for your 20th anniversary, or at this point it's your 21st when it hits it. But, yep, 20th anniversary. Been with you guys ever since 1999, and I'm proud of it. Since this buzz music is playing, let me ask you a question. How long are these credits? Judging from what I'm seeing, about 30 to 40 minutes. Which means it's gonna be a total of 40 minutes or so when this video gets done, which I don't want. Unless, well, I've uploaded a few 40-minute videos, but I really don't want to do that because it's not really the best thing to do. Speaking of which, we're almost up to 40 minutes. Oh, please tell me I can skip these. You know, at this point, I'm just going to skip these. Yes, I can. I didn't mean to do that, but oh well. Alright, last time you'll see this menu screen, and I can back it up to the main screen here. So, that will do. That will do. So, thank you for watching my Let's Play of PlayStation All-Stars. So, join me on my next Let's Play, and as for what that is, I actually got to give you the hints. My only hints I'm going to give you is that it's a PlayStation 1 game, it's a classic series, and, I wish he was in this game, I'll just say that. So, that is it. I shall see you guys next time in my next Let's Play.